How's it going? Good morning, everyone. We're on our way to go do some diving today. It's a little cloudy. We just packed up the car and we're headed down. This is my friend Jansen. He's pretty new to diving, so I'm going to show him some stuff and hopefully we can manage to spear some fish for dinner tonight. Alright guys, so we made it down to the spot. Conditions look super good. So yeah, we're going to go out and see if we can three-prong some cole and a veil, maybe some impachi. Just kind of see what's going on out here. The sun's not out, but hopefully it'll come out and the conditions will get even better. So stay tuned and I'll see you guys out in the water. Alright guys, so that was a beautiful day out in the water. My friend, I think he learned a lot. He had a great time for one of his first times out there. He did really well. He didn't spear a lot, so I ended up giving him a good amount of the fish I caught, which is no problem because I caught more than enough. So I'm going to show you some of the fish I caught. This right here is called a yellow-eyed cole. And keep in mind when you're spearing these guys, you want to be really careful because they have a little knife right there at the back of their tail. And they know how to use that. And what they'll do is they'll flick their tail and try to hook you with it in your skin. And you can get some pretty nasty cuts. The other fish I speared were impachi. And these guys are pretty good tasting. They're not my favorite. I like yellow-eyed cole a little bit more. My favorite fish that I speared today were a veil. These guys are excellent eating, super fun to spear. They kind of hang out in those caves, and you can usually just like see an eyeball, like they have these really big eyes, and you kind of look for that, and you'll see it almost glowing in the cave. It's really interesting, and you can usually just get a good shot on them with the 3-prong. So super fun day. The bigger fish I speared were Nanui, but I gave those all to my friend. I don't particularly like them a ton, but he and his family really like them, so they were pretty stoked to get them. So what I've done is clean these fish, just basically gutted them, took out all the guts, and then I scaled them. And now I'm gonna, on these yellow-eyed kole, this spine right here, I'm just gonna take my knife and cut it off. Just like that, to get rid of these spines, because you don't want them. They're sharp and they're not fun to eat. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the spines off the rest of these yellow-eyed kole, and then we're gonna fry them up and make some fried fish. It's gonna be super good. All right, so I took all these spines off the end of the yellow-eyed koles. They're all scaled, cleaned, ready to go. Another really interesting thing about all these fish is they're actually super popular aquarium fish. So any aquariums that you might see, like saltwater tanks, there's a good chance that you will see like a yellow-eyed kole, or maybe like a minpachi, or even sometimes an veil. So kind of funny, but we're eating aquarium fish. All right, guys, so the next thing I'm gonna do is take these fish, and I'm just gonna score a couple of lines on them on each side. And it doesn't really matter the direction you do the lines or how you score it. You just want to get down into the meat. So you can see there, I've scored the fish on both sides. And I'm going to do the rest of the fish. I'm going to score them on both sides, and then we're going to salt them. Alright, so I've scored all of my fish, and now I'm ready to put salt on them. And salt's the only seasoning that you really need for this. You can do other stuff if you want, but I've found personally that salt is the way to go before you fry them, and if you want to add anything on after, you can do that. I'm definitely going to put some lemon on them after. So here we go. We're just using regular old kosher salt, but you can use Hawaiian salt. That's what I'd recommend using. It's a little bit bigger granules, and I find that the bigger granules kind of stick better to the fish and give it a better flavor, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to be using kosher salt. Don't forget to flip them over and salt both sides. The saltier they are, the better they're gonna taste. Alright guys, so I brought my wok out, and I'm going to light the burner. And now we're gonna go ahead and just put in some oil. You want about an inch or so on the bottom of the wok. It doesn't need to be super deep, but you definitely want to get a good coating in there, so when you drop the fish in, at least one side of it will get fried before you flip it over. So the next thing we're gonna do is actually add a little salt to the oil in the wok. Awesome, and now we're just gonna let the oil get nice and hot before we start cooking the fish. All right, so I think our oil is preheated now, so we're gonna just test it by dipping the fish in. And yeah, it sounds like it's been preheated, so I'm gonna go ahead and just drop the fish in. Alright guys, it's been about 3 or 4 minutes and our fish is ready to flip over. And you can usually tell when it's ready to flip by how crispy the fins are. If the fins are like getting pretty crispy, you want to flip it because you don't want to burn the fins if you cook it for too long. And the fins actually taste really good, so. Alright guys, it's been a few more minutes and our fish are ready to come out. They're looking super crispy, really nice and fried on both sides. So I'm going to go and pull them out and then go ahead and stick in my other 2 fish. All I have here is a plate with some paper towels on it just to soak up any extra oil on the fish. If you just put it on a normal plate, it's going to end up being super oily. So yeah, whenever you fry something, you want to kind of just put it on paper towels to soak up any of the extra oil. There they are. They look pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in these other 2 fish. Depending on the thickness of your fish, cook them at different times, so yeah. Okay, so the only other thing I'm gonna put on these fish is lemon. And one of my friends grew this lemon. I'm not really sure what kind it is. It looks really interesting, but any lemon will work. Or if you want to use garlic too, you could put garlic on it, or shoyu, or chili pepper. But I'm just gonna do lemon. Alright guys, so the other fish are almost done cooking. I can't wait. I gotta give these guys a taste test. I got the O-eyed colas right here and I'm gonna dig in. So there they are. The meat just kind of flakes right off the bone. So I'm gonna give it a try. Super good, super flavorful. Guys, they're so easy to catch. Anyone can get out there and do this. It's a ton of fun. If you cook them like this, they'll taste delicious. Another little fun thing you can do on these guys is actually eat the fins. And they taste kind of like a fishy, salty potato chip. Super good though, guys. You should definitely give this a try. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up down below, and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Shoots.